I set off to a new planet, unknown of the mysteries that it would hold. What mysteries lie in front of me? As I gracefully land on the planet, I can see that history repeats itself. When humans take over, the environment suffers. As I run around, I see that it's important for me to have this blue cable attached. This blue cable provides my oxygen and my power supply. Having landed on this new unknown world, we get a new fancy oxygenator. What do we get? An oxygenator. Okay, which provides oxygen. Very important. And what are you? A small printer. I'm not sure why we need the oxygenator because our shelter makes oxygen already, but there's a spot for it on our shelter, so we put it there. We did it! And also hook up the 3D printer, so now it has power. We then spend the next few minutes opening new packages that Jeff Bezos sent us from his Amazon spaceship. Jeffrey, being the nice guy that he is, graciously blesses us with tethers. These tethers are a way of expanding the magic blue cable of life so that we can survive as we explore the world around us. Did I do that right? We also get something called a soil canister. Turns out this pretty much allows us to terraform. So naturally, we build a ramp. I'm not sure how, but I think later on we can find a way to exploit this. Maybe. We then proceed to vacuum up macaroni noodles from the dirt, also known as resin, as well as some gray stuff, which is called compound. Oh no, my oxygen. I forgot about that, which I think is going to be a very common theme throughout this video. I forget to put down tethers, and so I almost suffocate. That didn't seem to bother me so much as I went right back out to suck up more gray bubbles and macaroni noodles. Eventually, once I get enough of these, this allows me to get even more gifts from Jeff. 2 tables and a storage. I then learned that compound is going to be very, very useful as it allows me to craft my own tethers. Oh, I can make more tethers. Okay. As a reminder, tethers give me life. Hey, look at that. Okay. Another big component of this game is bytes. You use bytes to unlock new stuff to 3D print. The first thing I spent my bytes on is this boost mod upgrade that I can put on my vacuum so it sucks up even faster. And looks like I need zinc first before I can use this upgrade. Oh, but I need zinc for that? What? We'll have to put that on pause for a minute. I then use my small 3D printer to make a medium 3D printer. Now I have 2 printers. With my 2 printers now safely on the same table, I decide it's time to go out and explore my surroundings. There. Now my 2 printers are on the same table. As I explore, I find some crashed, or I guess left behind space equipment. Oh, what? On this table, in the middle of nowhere, I found dynamite. This is dynamite? Yes, please. And over at this capsule, I find an abandoned backpack, which worries me slightly. Abandoned backpack, research sample, scan or research to gain bytes. Okay, a floodlight. Okay, power cells or a curious item. What just happened? Unsure of what this curious item does, I strap it to my back and continue on. I carefully place the dynamite in the weird white rock that affects the sky right next to my base. What could go wrong? Don't you go blowing up now, dynamite. We set off and explore some more. And eventually, we find a cave. Oh no! I fall down and lose connection to my tethers, but I quickly use my vacuum to build a ramp. The cave is dark and it looks like the only thing down here are these weird plants that explode as I try to harvest them. Hold to scan. 56 bytes. Oh. And then there's these things that give me bytes if I scan them. We do end up finding some aluminum, I guess laterite, which can be refined into aluminum. Then I have a cloud of gas thrown at me by this green plant. Run away. And I also find the resource that can be turned into zinc. What is this? Sphalerite. Oh, zinc! Alright, we need zinc. That new boost mod is so close! With my backpack now full, I head back up to the surface. But first I scan these things to get more bytes and did a little bit of terraforming to make it easier to access this cave. I then spend another 250 bytes to unlock the smelter and use 2 macaroni noodles and 1 compound to print it. Once the smelter is printed, we pop in the sphalerite. I'm surprised I said that right on the first try. Wait a few minutes, and with our freshly smelted zinc, we print the boost mod for our vacuum. It might not look like much, but this mod actually does feel like it vacuums up stuff a lot quicker. Looking at our to-do list, I see a mission called Lights in the Distance. This one has a more detailed icon by it, so I think this is what the main missions look like. And like the mission says, we set off looking for a strange structure. And as we set out to find the strange structure, here's what happened. I climbed a mountain and found a small solar panel at the top, which I equipped to my backpack. I also found some malachite and a shell that gave me some bites. And eventually we find the strange structure we were looking for. So I made a nice ramp to get up to it and realized immediately I forgot my tethers. This structure has 3 triangles in the middle, each with a power cable. So I find some compound, print 3 small generators, and powered up the strange structure by gathering organic material nearby. Once powered up, there's an odd stone that appears. It shows me the structure of the planet I'm on, with more of these strange structures on the surface and one at the very center of the planet. Okay. Don't know what to do with this yet. But I will take my generators back. While doing this, I did see more space debris off in the distance. I am an astronaut who is very curious, so we head on over and find some ceramic, more malachite, 2 more solar panels, and something called a gravity globe. What is this? A gravity globe. I can get inside? No, I'm a little space hamster right now. Look at this. Which pretty much is just a hamster ball. Oh no, there's a hole right here. Well, consider that a hole-in-one. Looks like if I ride in this, I don't have to worry about tethers anymore. I think this might be worth it, actually. Reach top speed in a gravity globe? Alright, I don't feel like this is very fast, but that's fine. I then proceeded back to my base and took my new hamster ball off my ramp. 2 new solar panels went on my main base to help get more power. I received some more rewards for our efforts of discovering the strange structure. Thank you, Jeff. Changing topics, I then made the wide mod, so now we can damage the environment faster and wider. I print a research chamber, collect 2 big boulders with green gems, and put the boulders in the chamber and start earning more bites. And turn the research chamber on. And what do? We get 23 B/M. I assume that's bytes per minute? I mean, it's more than we had before. Then I made my ramp wider for no reason whatsoever. I then learned that if I add 3 generators to the research chamber, I get up to 111 bytes per minute. I think the more power the research chamber has, the more bytes it can provide. I do have to keep manually putting more fuel on the generators, but right now I think it's worth it. I then remember that I picked up this research sample from earlier in the cave. I throw it on and now we're up to 268! 268? Okay, alright. That's very good. Alright, so my curiosity finally got the better of me. Today, we're going to the center of the planet, because when you're stranded in space, the most logical thing to do is dig a hole straight down. First, I grab as much compound as I can carry, spam some tethers together like it's a limited time sale, and prepare for the descent. However, real quick, I craft one tiny upgrade that's gonna make this trip a whole lot less painful. The drill mod. And as I consider my options for the best way to get to the center of the planet, I come up with the best idea I've had so far. One big continuous ramp. That's the plan, just one ramp down to the center. Is this efficient? Maybe. Is it safe? Definitely not. Is it awesome? I'll let you decide. At first, it was easy going as we dig through dirt for majority of the expedition, but soon the soil turns red. And now this is where the drill mod comes in handy. Without it, I'd be moving at a snail's pace. As we continue our way down, the red rock fades to green rock. I will say it is a nice change of scenery. Then, that's when I see it. something glowing purple in the distance. We finally reached the planet's core. And oh boy, gravity here is very wonky. Yes, I just used the word wonky. I can jump like Michael Jordan from Space Jam. This game is a lot more fun when gravity does not exist. Naturally, I do the one thing any sane person would do in this situation. Run directly toward the giant mysterious purple object. Wait, whoa, 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 whoa! Turns out this giant mysterious purple object has a gravitational pull of its own. Okay. Oh, I need tethers. Do tethers stick to the purple thing? They do. As I dig out this purple object, I realize this is just a small piece of what the actual center looks like. I think the center of this planet is a lot bigger than I expected. On the bigger mysterious purple object, I find 3 triangles. But this time I have no idea what powers them, as they don't have the power cables like the first structure did. That's when I accidentally walk into a wall and gravity flips. Now I'm on the ceiling staring at one triangle. Going back down to the floor, I see symbols on the first 3 triangles, and after checking the Astropedia, I realize I now need quartz. Short story, there is no quartz down at the center, at least for me. I have to do the walk of shame back up my ramp until finally we found quartz. The best thing about making a ramp to the center of the planet is that on my way back down, I get to surf. I'm like a space Tony Hawk or something. I slap the quartz onto each triangle, and each triangle now spits out a smaller triangle. Now, back up on the ceiling, I plug the smaller triangle into the bigger triangle, and now another odd stone activates. Come in, Houston. We've just unlocked planetary fast travel. Back home, I refine some quartz into glass, grab a soil centrifuge, and also a QT RTG. The centrifuge basically turns dirt into any of the basic resources I need, and the RTG pretty much gives me infinite power. Durable power source that requires no fuel management? It just makes free power. I'll take that. I then unlock a buggy, however it doesn't come with a seat. Oh, you need a seat, don't you? A few minutes later though, I have a seat, and a solar panel, and a battery. Ka-chow! I spend the next few hours doing side quests, gathering bytes, unlocking new tech, you know, the astronaut grind. I unlock an auto arm, which by the way is really cool actually. It moves resources automatically from one spot to another. I soon unlock this weird new item that kind of looks like a train. Why does that look like a train? Another spoiler alert, it is not a train. Okay, is this enough space now? Oh, whoa, it's actually working. Wait, what is this? It's a research lab, and by the looks of it, it's specifically for snails. What's happening? Sounds like it's gonna blow up. And then, my own personal side quest, I built my ramp further into the sky. I then learned that there's a mysterious satellite somewhere up there. So I get to work building my first spaceship. I use 1500 bytes to unlock the small shuttle, and then spend another 500 bytes to unlock the basic thruster. But turns out I need a third and even larger printer to make my dreams come true. With the third printer now on the team, we get back to work printing the shuttle. And while we wait for the printing to finish, we do a quick wardrobe change. Dude, it looks so derpy, but I love it. And work on the big ramp up to the sky even more. Putting the finishing touches on the space shuttle, we are now ready to explore the mysterious satellite. On the satellite, we find another odd stone, similar to the ones I've seen before on the structures around my base planet. This one shows us the surrounding planets, which is a total of 7. I think we have to go to the center of all the planets and collect the planet core, just like we did on our base planet. With one planet core already obtained, That means we have 6 more planets to go. The basic thruster that I can currently build only has enough juice to get me to a new planet and back again. I have to spend 1 aluminum and 1 ammonium every time I get back to my base to build a new thruster so that we can go out and explore other planets. And just real quick, I wanted to talk about the other 6 planets we have to go to next. Dolo, Calidor, Vesania, Novus, Glacio, and Atrox. Each planet is different with its own unique resources, hazards, and available power. So for now, we'll go in order and start with the planet Dolo. The landing spot is conveniently located right next to a surface structure. And it is comforting to see that even on another planet, macaroni noodles are still growing out of the ground. But I quickly realized that I didn't bring any tethers with me, so that means I have to venture off untethered and hopefully find some compound. Luckily, not too far away, I do end up finding some compound, and I gotta say, it's very convenient that I can craft these tethers from my handy dandy astronaut backpack. But now we got another obstacle. I don't have a steady supply of power like I did back on my base planet, so whenever I crafted tethers or dug in the ground, I did lots and lots of waiting and waiting as my backpack recharged. So not much else I can do now but place tethers and collect bytes. If I'm gonna dig to the center of this planet, I'm gonna need a plan to bring more power to this planet. As I'm walking around our base, thinking of how I would do this, I look over and see that we got a field shelter as a reward a few missions back, and I didn't even realize it. Oh, wait, have I had this field shelter this whole time? This, right here, this is the answer to our power dilemma. Also, I'm gonna craft a small wind turbine and place it on my backpack in the hopes that it will power up my backpack. I don't know if it will do much, but I mean, it's better than nothing. Back on Dolo, we open this field shelter like it's Christmas morning. And the field shelter acts as a mini base, and a mini base means electricity. I spent way too long building way too many generators to power up this structure and spent way too long again collecting more research samples. And just a reminder, I need to collect research samples and take them back to the research chamber so that I can get bytes. And again, bytes are used to unlock new things to 3D print. Then eventually we make it to the center of Dolo. And I can see that we need to place zinc this time in each of the 3 triangles. I quickly realized that I should not have jumped from the safety of my ramp. I have no way back up to my ramp, nor do I have any oxygen supply when I leave the planet core. I have no choice now but to, take a nap. Look away now if you're squeamish. The light of my jack-o'-lantern quickly fades, and it is not pleasant. We grab the zinc from our base and place the zinc in the center of the triangles, which again gives us 3 mini triangles. I grab these, and I also grab my backpack from my past self before fast traveling out of there. Next up is the sand desert planet Calidor. We do a bit more prep work this time and print tethers before we leave. Things go pretty much like the last planet, a big ramp down to the center. The big thing here is that I found my first artifact. I'm not too sure what to do with these, but I make a note of this for later. At the center, it looks like we need explosive powder, which is 2 carbon and 1 sulfur. I just gotta say, this might sound simple enough, and you're only gonna see a few seconds of this, but I just need you to know this took multiple hours. But for your viewing pleasure, here's a quick 20-second montage. Oh yeah, and a side note. I also spent another couple hours getting all the things I need to build the large spaceship. Out with the old, in with the new.
Yeah, we did it! We did it! We did it! Hooray!
And the large spaceship is very nice. It gives me more storage for astronaut stuff as we travel to the different planets. I attach our new and improved hydrazine thruster, which we got from completing a quest, and now we're ready to get the third planet core. So now with 2 more cores gathered, we fast travel to the satellite and put them in their place. 3 down, 4 more to go. All right, with 3 planet cores now gathered, I decide to take some much needed personal time and do some exploring. My huge astronaut brain is a bit curious, but real quick before adventure time, you see my base needs lots of power. The auto arm will watch this generator, and when it uses up all the green stuff, the auto arm will automatically put more green stuff on. This just helps the base run at full power, which means things work more efficiently and get done a lot quicker. 100% sustainable power. I then grab one of the mysterious artifact cubes we found on the planet Calidor, slide down this massive sand cave, and die. I find a free battery on this space debris and then come across a field of wild pumpkins. I was definitely not expecting this. Turns out, you can research the artifact, but it only gives me 29 bytes per minute. I was very disappointed. I thought it would be more. Maybe this is something I shouldn't do, and maybe there's another use for these artifacts. But then, I remembered something that would change my entire game. Snails. What? I scan 5 out of 5 shales on my base planet and get a terrarium. I fill the terrarium with soil, zinc, and this plant called Bounce Vine. It's a plant that's found in the mountains near my base. With all 3 resources now in the terrarium, I get a horn. But turns out I meant to put the horn on the terrarium. A catchy tune starts to play, and then a space snail appears out of nowhere. I show the snail my fancy dance moves, and the snail wants to be friends right away. That didn't work. Oh, hey little buddy. What do I do now? I can take you with me? I'm not gonna lie, being out here on my own, I'm kind of really excited to have a little buddy with me on my adventures now. Oh, he's playing hide and seek. I guess that's peekaboo, isn't it? Turns out each planet has its own snail species that you can collect. Once collected and fed the right plant, their special ability becomes active. And this little guy, let's just say, he really lights up a room. Now, completely changing the topic, I see that I can craft a portable oxygenator. I mean, how hard can this really be? We need to create nanocarbon alloy. I mean, that just sounds expensive. This consists of titanium alloy, steel, and helium. All very, very difficult and challenging resources to make. So, to help with this endeavor, and I completely forgot about this, I guess I first construct a large rover, because why not? Whoa. I also made an extra large storage, but it wasn't what I thought it was gonna be and looks kind of weird. We traveled to a new planet and knock out 2 tasks at once. We collected argon gas, which I need to make steel, and we also collected the planet core. A few hours later, back at base, I now have 2 out of the 3 resources I need for nanocarbon alloy. Next up, I find myself needing to go to the planet Atrox, one of the most desolate and barren planets in the solar system. Low sun, low wind, and very, very hazardous hazards. But the only planet that has helium, which is why I'm here. I get shot by this plant. Then this plant over here, yeah, you see this plant? Yeah, it emits an unhealthy amount of methane gas every time I walk by it. Now I know how my wife feels every time I eat ice cream. And for some reason, I decide it's a good idea to bridge over this canyon. It turns out it was a very good idea. I did find this data pack, 5 out of 5, that gave me a new spacesuit. Until now, the other planet's structures have been fairly easy to power up. But this one? No. This one was a pain. Look at how many generators I ended up using. I guess you could say this is sustainability at its finest. There's gotta be a better way to do this. Please, don't do what I did. And after about another 42 minutes, we finally have enough helium. So again, this whole process, I just need you to understand, it took many, many hours. But let me tell you how disappointed I was. I was a very disappointed astronaut. Did it give me oxygen without being tethered down? Yes, it did. But at what cost? Look at this. It completely drains my power almost instantly. It's like my power level says ka-chow and just takes off. And yes, I think that's my second Lightning McQueen reference in this video. So again, let me tell you, I put many hours into making this portable oxygen thing, and I am not a fan. So much not a fan that I climbed to the top of the big ramp I've been working on, and I just dropped it. Dropped it right off the top, never to be seen again. Guys, I'm so sorry. There's been a grave tragedy afoot, and it's all my fault. I've been playing for hours, and I realized I wasn't even recording. Yeah, that one's on me. I owe you guys. I mean, I'll be honest, you did miss out on quite a bit, but all you need to know is that we got the core piece from Atrox, and with the other core piece from Vesenia, we now place both on the satellite. I'll be honest, with me forgetting to press record, it'll probably happen with future videos as well. That is a legal disclaimer, and you have been made aware. And now, only 2 more core pieces to go. Oh, and one thing in particular I really want to show you that you so rudely missed. Look at this thing. This Goliath of a battery now powers our base. Yeah, this thing alone. This thing is incredible. It powers everything. One planet I've been waiting to go to, oddly enough, and I don't really know why this planet piques my interest so much, because, well, it's just a giant ball of snow and ice. But I do have this thing that I got a while back. Not sure what it does, but it says to put it on the planet Glacio. So, well, we do just that. And it turns into a train station. This game has a way of always keeping me on my toes. Grabbing 2 medium wind turbines and installing them on the train station, as well as sacrificing 1 exochip, we can now print railways. And many hours later, after I painstakingly place hundreds of new tracks, okay, maybe more like 20, but it honestly felt like 100, we can now conduct a train. And I'll be honest, that this is the last time we ever ride the train. It's cool, don't get me wrong. I just didn't use it very much after this. Making our way to the center of the ice planet, I completely forget to activate the surface structure first. So now the center of the planet is still locked. There are these lasers around it and I can't enter. So a walk of shame back up to the surface. The structure now thriving with life, we head back down once again. I gotta say though, this planet has one of the more creepy looking caves that I've seen. But trust me, it is well worth your time. These little gems right here, yeah, these things, they give you almost 500 bytes a pop. So if you play this game and need lots of bytes early on or at all, come to the lower caves of Glacio. You will not regret it. At the center of the planet, yet again, my heart stops. I see what resource we need next, and it's not good. I need not 1, not 2, but 3 diamonds. It's a simple recipe really, but I need graphite, and it takes me about 33 minutes to find graphite. You know, the stuff that your pencils are made out of? Yeah, that stuff. Back at base, we crafted diamonds and sacrifice our hard-earned diamonds to the planet core. We now have 1 last planet core to get. With the last planet core now in our sights, we celebrate a little early by putting on what has to be one of my favorite spacesuits we unlock in this entire game. I mean, come on, just look at this running animation. Also, on a more personal note, maybe, I don't know if I'm the one to blame here, but I can't remember where I parked my giant rover. You think having a giant rover would be easy to spot, but if you can see it anywhere on the screen, go ahead and let me know. But man, this game sure is nice to look at. You know what else is nice to look at? These roses! Look at these things! These are the first thing we see as we land on the last planet. I think these roses are a sign of good luck. Now, with all of our tethers made, let the waddling begin! With this being our 7th and final structure, I think it's safe to say I'm an expert at making ramps now. And soon, our small community of generators powers up the structure. And at the center, we find out that silicone is the key to unlocking this planet's core. And looking at the recipe, we need resin, quartz, and methane, which is nice because I think we have everything we need back at base. Oh, and real quick, check out this skill. Look at this right here. Yeah, we're getting real good at this game now. And another quick thing, the small rocks down here, or whatever they are, one of them? Yeah. One of them just gave me 600 bytes. I'll definitely be coming back down here for these. A quick trip back to base and we craft the silicone. Then back to the planet where we obtain the last and final planet core. Okay, everybody, are you ready for this? We're back at the satellite, and with all the planet cores now placed, something at the center of the satellite opens up. And another odd stone appears. What? You know, my spacesuit. Love it. And then a giant spaceship floats dangerously close above our head. Whoa. Is that mine now? And then we walk into some kind of portal. That's not good. Are we walking into that? I'm doing it! Okay. Please, let me be in this spaceship now. Oh, that looks so nice! Oh, there's a burrito! And, that's the game. Yes, we did it, everybody! But, there's one more thing I want to get. First, I blow up this box and get 2 exochips. Go back to base and craft 2 zinc, 2 plastic, 2 aluminum alloy, that's kind of fun to say, and 2 copper. I then recycle this used thruster and have to head back to the satellite so I can grab my bigger spaceship. When I beat the game, I guess my big spaceship didn't come with me through the portal. And so, this will be the last time I ever see the small spaceship. Hello, beautiful! Now, back on Dolo, we locate a vehicle data recorder, and then blow it up. Next, we have to find MAT, or the Material Analysis Transmitter. Whoops. Feeding it an exochip, the 2 aluminum alloy, 2 plastic, 2 copper, and 2 zinc, makes it blow up. I don't know if it's because it was stuck in this hole or if it was supposed to blast off into the solar system or not. I guess we'll never find out. But we did it! Look at this! I finally get what I've worked so hard for. Whoops.